people like you, organizations like RampCheck, I love you guys.
4, 5, 6, gotta be down, ready now.
You are clear for takeoff runway 21 left. Winds are calm. Stand by for the retrans on uniform. It's showtime.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the RampCheck Aviation Podcast. I'm Tony. And guess what? All the brothers are back together
That's
tonight.
right. All three. What's up? I'm Aaron.
How you doing?
And what's up? I'm Ryan.
Nice to see you, brothers. Nice to see everybody all back together.
Yes.
Life happens. It is what it is. And here we are.
We try to cover it as much as possible.
Yes, we do. By the way, before we get into the rundown for tonight's show, a little bit of breaking news coming out of Amsterdam today. Kind of sad, actually. But so this is from at flight level 360 Aero, FL 360 Aero. Visuals of emergency crews at Amsterdam's Schiphol Airport attending the serious ground incident after a person was ingested to a KLM Embraer E190 aircraft engine on the
Oops.
So, yep.
Not good.
No, this is not good at all. I mean, the visuals aren't the best, and of course, we don't want to see it anyway.
Right.
But here are the emergency crews responding to it. A person has been involved in an incident with an engine of a departing Embraer E190 aircraft on the apron at Amsterdam Schiphol Airport, and which was scheduled to operate KLM flight 1341 from Amsterdam to Billund. So anyway,
that's too bad. Damn. Looks like it was pushed back and getting ready to taxi.
Yep. So the thing is about the EMB 190 is now, first off, of course, hearts and prayers to family, friends, people who I've witnessed it. That's got to be one of the most horrific things, not only to experience, but also to there's that damn display thing again, but also to witness. I mean, it's got to be awful. And this happened. Was it last year or 2 years ago here in the States? And that involved another EMB 190. I think. Well, first off, most regional jets until the Embraer, 170s, 175, 190s came out, they all had the engines mounted on the tail, and they were high engine aircraft. And, people working the regional airlines, working the ground, never had to worry about that. Plus, I mean, you look at the engines of the EMB 190, 170, 175s, they look so small. And they don't look dangerous, but man,
when you walk up to them, I mean, you could still sit in one and kind of maybe duck your head a little.
Absolutely. But when you compare that to like 737, A320, 777, whatever, I mean, it's just
especially a 777. I mean, obviously, you never like to hear about this kind of stuff, but
no,
when I used to be involved in training, you just treat every engine like it's running at all times, even if aircraft's just sitting, and you just got to get in force a habit. I don't know what happened here or whatever, but you have to be pretty close to one of those engines. I mean, I would say within, I don't know, what do you guys think, like 5 feet?
Yeah, 5 or 10 feet, depending on,
Well, yeah, and
if it's throttling up to taxi out, probably even a little further away.
Yeah, if it's doing that, then there's definitely shouldn't be anyone anywhere near the engines. But it sucks to hear about it, but at the same time, you just
no pun intended.
Yeah, I know, right? You have to call it what it is, and it's just like, not. I don't know if there was improper training or negligence or what, but.
Yeah, or just an oversight. I mean, so sometimes you can just have a bad day and forget things, and then that happens.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, you need to, regardless of what you're doing, you need to have your A game on.
Yeah, it's a dangerous job there on the ramp all the time.
It really is. And I was going to say, Ryan and Aaron, you look at the markings on the ramp, and they have the red lines outlining the what you call the suck zone. the engines and you
The
want
envelope.
Yep.
It's Amsterdam.
Yeah.
You are correct.
That's poor. of
Well,
me to
and that's
say
usually
that. It's usually when it's at the
at the gate. Yeah, but
back.
like I said,
but I'm just saying
treat every
to
engine
give you
like
an
it's running.
idea, right? To give
Yeah.
you an idea of how far you should be away.
Yeah.
You know,
It's too bad.
that's going on. So,
Yeah, fortunate.
yep. AvGeek Joe, the 3 best podcast hosts ever.
Oh wow.
Sure, Aaron FEMA approves of your background.
Yes. Right here.
Nice.
Look at that.
Yes.
Look at that bad boy right there.
Yeah, we're going to talk
Beautiful.
about that. Definitely. Yeah, AvGeek Joe, just send us your Venmo as usual, and we'll.
Hey, here's a QR code if you want to pick one up from Sean. We're not getting any money from that. We're just trying to support a good AvGeek artist there.
Hold on, keep it there.
Sean,
Because I want one.
Sean, are you if you're watching right now, look at my wall. I've got all of your artwork, but the only thing that's missing right now is that little bad boy that's right there on the screen, and I got to take a picture of it.
God, I don't know why it didn't work. Anyway,
Okay, here we go.
there we
There
go.
you go.
Oh, someone
Got it.
that was me.
Or me. I did it too.
We're getting a few scans there.
Getting a lot of them, of course. But and then AvGeek Joe, of course, Sean Hampton Art Rock.
Sorry, I accidentally hit the button to turn it off right as you hit the chat.
Actually, it's Ryan's supposed to be the one clicking those chats. So sorry, we stepped on your toes, brother. Didn't mean
Sorry.
to.
Yep, it's all right. I wasn't gonna say anything, but it is what it is. Anyway, there it is. Sean Hampton Art Rocks. I have some of his lithos. Yes,
Yeah.
Awesome. So we agree.
Definitely.
Beauty.
Definitely. So lots to talk about on the podcast tonight. It's been a couple weeks since all three of us have been together.
Mm-hmm.
But holy shit, it's like everything's just kind of going nuts right now in the aviation industry.
There's always something going on.
It's crazy. So if you haven't heard the Marine version, the F-35B, one of those crashed yesterday while departing Kirtland Air Force Base / Albuquerque International Airport in
New Mexico.
Albuquerque, New Mexico. Oh, damn it. Hold on. There.
He's a genius, eh? He knows the atlas.
Okay. And we'll definitely be talking about that. That's probably going to take up a good portion of the podcast. And some other things we're going to be talking about tonight. You're going to get kind of a sneak peek. Not a sneak peek. It's nothing secret, but a peek into what a U.S. Air Force drop night looks like. It's kind of a fun video, just seeing the pilots' reactions when they get assigned to what they're going to fly. Of course, the anti-boeing mob is out there again. We'll talk about that. And
speaking of that, brother, do you have those screenshots queued up? Because I didn't do it. I was trying to troubleshoot my audio.
I don't. Let me see if I can. Let me just save them to my phone really quick.
Well, I mean, I might be able to pull it up on Instagram too.
Yeah, and I don't have them. It'll take a minute. They'll go into my iCloud if I save it on my phone, but I'm a tech dork. And let's see what else. SpaceX is set to launch Flight 4 of the Starship. They set a date. We're going to talk about that here in a few minutes, plus a cool promo video. And I don't know if the audio is copyrighted or not, but you know what? Fuck it. It's really cool. It goes with the video this time around.
Okay.
Getting back to the Boeing mob, the screenshots that Aaron's talking about kind of turned into a conversation about the climate. Anyway, we'll talk about that.
We'll go down that road. Yeah. I have it queued up on Instagram so we can actually read every line and every.
Perfect.
Anyway.
Also, another video you may or may not have seen yet, but a pilot gets some glider practice over Sydney, Australia. Which and not a glider pilot. Was looked like a Cessna 210 or something like that. But anyway, and then today's fuck around and find. Well, we'll just watch it later and we'll talk.
Yeah,
about it
I also just wanted to chime in too. We are live on Instagram, live again. If you guys are watching on Instagram live and you want to be a part of the chat where we can put your chat on screen, just go to our YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe. It's free. And we can interact with you that way. But we are live on X, Facebook, Rumble, Instagram Live, of course, I just mentioned, and then, of course, YouTube. But we'd love to have your YouTube subscription, which would be cool. But a couple people, BH World is actually on Instagram Live tonight, and he's talking about the the scannable 2D matrix. He was talking about that Sean Hampton art. And then Jacob Warai jumped on. It says, "What's up, gents?" So it's good to hear from you, Jacob, as always.
Speaking of BH World, he just sent me this photo. Apparently, he's watching on his way home.
Oh, there he goes.
Nice.
That's awesome.
But Jacob, again, congrats, father to be. Him and his wife are expecting. Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Congrats. Hey, do you have any more comments to read, or can I say something?
Just that, yeah.
Okay,
Jacob was the last one.
So that kind of reminds me of. Oh well, I guess. Also. Pause. Tony's got his postcard.
Okay.
Tony and I this last week when we were working together down in St. George, we watched that Blue Angels movie that they made that was like directed by J.J. Abrams, and it was pretty damn cool. So. Nice. Anyone out here listening?
Did you guys see it in IMAX?
No, but we watched it just on Prime, and
on my LG OLED television.
Yeah,
it was almost like IMAX.
Almost, but I think I'm still gonna go. Maybe try to get out and see it at IMAX as well after watching it. Yeah. I want it. It was just I thought it was really well done. So it was cool.
Good. Well, that's good because it's been a while since J.J. Abrams has done anything well done.
I know, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. I was a little worried when some people from Hollywood were involved, but it was actually pretty good. So
yeah.
So get on out and check it out.
By the way, nice. I was just showing this really quick. I got a postcard from BH. World as well, yeah, he was.
You know, if I showed how many postcards I got from BH and his travels. My God, it'd be the whole like intro of the podcast.
Okay. So
the whole live stream. It'd be like a flipping through a deck of cards.
Aaron just ratted you out, dude.
I know my girlfriend's always like, you got a postcard from that guy again.
We love getting his postcards. We know he's alive. It'll be sad one day when they stop coming.
Yeah. No, that's good. Funny. We love it.
That's too funny.
Looks like we have some more chats. Looks like Jacob actually jumped over.
Oh, he did jump over. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's
welcome to the dark side.
Let's see here. He says swapped over.
There you go.
Thank you.
What's up?
And Jacob. Then we got Isaac Alexander, watched it on IMAX and Prime. Yes, Ooh. That's probably. And as we just mentioned, JJ produced
the film.
Yeah, right. That's what I thought I might have said. But William Gilmore, good evening, gentlemen. I'm back. Well, welcome. Welcome, William.
Independence Day reference there. And by the way,
Independence Day. Yeah,
gentlemen, I don't know who the hell you're talking about. Just saying.
Yeah, right. And then what I was saying, because Jacob reminded me of it. It was finally incredible seeing the footage from Kevin in the helicopter. Had some much BTS with them throughout 21 and 22. Definitely a must watch. Yeah, awesome. I did comment to Tony a couple times in that. I'm like, wow, some of this footage is just amazing. Like what they can do with the cameras now, and like some of the footage almost looks like it's one of those how people are always posting those
AI generated.
Yeah. There's a few of those slow motion
from the flight simulators, from the combat simulator games.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's a few, like when the F-18's banking and it's got the whatever they're called, the vape coming over it in slow motion. It's pretty damn cool. But so yes, a must watch for sure. Let me just get to a few more of these comments and then we can continue. AvGeek Joe says, Good. At William Gilmore is here. I have to write up the F-35 incident for simple flying, and the B does not stand for Bayo, the air show here. Oh, jeez.
Nope, it doesn't.
B stands for the B model. That's a jump jet, basically. It can do vertical takeoffs and landings. Yes, thank you. Yeah. And last one here, Isaac, unreal camera work. Absolutely.
And by the way, Jacob, I missed a lot of the flying in the film because I kept looking for you. I'm like, is that Jacob? Oh, no, it's not. Oh, maybe it's one of his. No. Oh, there's no.
Blue Angel Doc was awesome. Go Navy. Another one from Jacob. Seeing the helicopter move 360 degrees around the jets as they taxi, and then during the diamond takeoff. The choreography was unreal to witness every time we were out there with them. Unreal. And that beach sneak past, though. I know, right?
Yeah, I swear I saw you on the pier. I did. You were a tiny little dot, but I swear to God, I saw you.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, and it's awesome. There's you'll have to go out and watch it, and I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but near the end of the show, they get into what's called their Yankee formation, which is like the tightest they can get.
Oh my God.
And you're looking at some of that footage, and I was like sweating. I'm like, holy shit, these guys are close. What were they saying, Tony? Like 12 inches of separation?
Well, yeah, it goes down from 18 inches down to 12.
Yeah,
that's nuts, man. That's just a tiny air pocket away from bumping wings.
I often yelled at some teenager today when I was driving because he got within like 3 feet of me.
Well, they're professionals, man. They're the best of the best in the Navy and Marines.
They are.
Yes,
they are. Pilots kick ass, and I'd say quit talking about the film because I haven't seen it yet.
No,
but I mean, we've all seen the Blue Angels, so there can't be too many surprises other than the amazing.
No, it's a lot of behind the scenes stuff too.
Yeah, for sure.
And I have one question about the G suits. Do they also stop you from shitting yourself because you're so close to the other?
They actually don't wear G suits.
Oh, that's right. The Blue Angels don't.
Blue Angels don't wear them.
And
because it inflates.
They actually had a whole segment on that. Yes.
Mm-hmm. They don't. They have that center stick, and they don't want the G suits to bother the flight controls ever.
Yeah. Jacob says we've seen wingtips 2 and 4 touch before during practice.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
Wadman checking in. What's up, Wadman? One sneeze and it's a giant mistake. Absolutely. It's so much pressure, man.
Oh, man, I know.
No more postcards for you, jokers. Maybe we should talk about the B. We want the postcards. We were saying we like them.
Yeah, we're just saying how many we've collected.
Yeah. Right. William saying the F-35, F-22, and the Thunderbirds will be here in Michigan on June 8th and 9th. I'll be sure to share my photos. Sweet.
Cool.
It's like just a couple weeks before they're here, right?
Right. Yes. Okay. So sorry, one more.
It's okay. Jacob was just saying 2 and 3. Yeah.
2 and 3.
We knew what you meant. Yeah.
I was way off.
I was way off.
Do I even have that one still? You know what, Brian? I miss having you here running the board.
Sorry.
I know. Tony's like, he's way off. The comedic factor just doesn't work when you're like, hold on.
Right, exactly. Let me find a button here.
Doesn't work.
I miss having you in studio, brother.
I'm in a glass case.
All right. Anyway. All right.
Let's move on.
Before we get on to our first story tonight, it's time for tonight's palate cleansing video. You guys ready? So this comes from Combat Learjet. So it's a given. You know this is going to be good.
It was 7_taps who actually posted the video. I originally saw this and reposted on our story on Instagram when it was originally posted. It's sick.
Yes. So Combat Learjet reposted this bone showing how it's done. Pilot was flirting with it. We got a pretty sick pass out of the bone today in Miami. National Salute Miami Beach 2024. Check this video out.
Yeah, dude.
Nice. Got the vape.
Dude.
God, I would love to see that.
Oh my God.
In person, I mean.
The wings swept back, full burner, like, come on, man. With the vape down by the ocean.
And when he banked really quick. That was
You gotta
cool.
watch it
You
again.
just said "Vape by the Ocean." Reminded me of that song "Cake by the Ocean."
Yeah, yeah. Vape by the ocean. We
Vape
need
by
to do
the
a
ocean.
rendering like that. Yeah. Hell
And
yeah,
too,
dude.
you get to see the wings swing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's sick,
That
man.
was awesome.
I mean, full afterburner. Look at the vape on that thing.
Yeah, dude.
That was pretty amazing.
Gotta love the
being able to
B1s.
see that. Yep.
Yeah,
It kind of
that's
it
pretty.
reminds me a little bit of the flex that we got to see when they were departing at Red Flag that time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, except they didn't have their wings back, obviously,
Yeah,
because they
I
were
mean,
departing.
This
But
one
yeah,
was way
I mean, it was
cooler,
a
but-
hell of a flex, though,
Yes.
that
Yeah.
we saw. And as a matter of fact, one of those flexes was 085 that crashed and burned, and you know, on base. Well, not at Nellis, but up at Dice.
No,
No, it wasn't Dice.
It was in
yeah.
Washington, wasn't it?
No. It was
It's the
was it
one in
no,
Ellsworth.
it
I was gonna say Ellsworth.
Yeah, it must have been Ellsworth. That's right. It
was one of
That's
those
where,
Air
That's
Force
where it was
bases.
based. Yeah, it was up in Ellsworth, up in the Dakotas, man.
Crash and burn on the first one wasn't pretty, and the second, I would ask you what. I would ask you what that's from, but you guys, that's
we all know.
yeah.
I was way off.
I don't know, but it looks good so far.
Your friend was magnificent. Sorry.
Nah. Okay.
Oh, God, we could go on and on and on.
I know.
I hate it when it does that.
Anyway, so our first story tonight, Ryan, you want to lead off with that story?
Oh, we're gonna go off on, or not go off,
Yeah,
but
just one.
I didn't know we were starting with that one. Otherwise, I would have had it queued up, but it'll just take me
That's all right.
one
Go ahead
second.
and queue it up.
So
Lots going on.
we'll just start with this one here.
By the way, while Ryan's looking that up, it's a live show every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, right here on YouTube, Instagram Live, Facebook, Rumble, and of course, X.
Okay,
make
so
sure you join us, like us, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And Ryan, take it away.
we'll just start with this one coming from USNI news. F-35B crashes in New Mexico. Pilot hospitalized after ejecting, which I actually didn't know he was injured. The initial report I heard was that he was fine, but the pilot ejected and was hospitalized after an F-35B Joint Strike Fighter Lightning II crashed in New Mexico on Tuesday. Oh, it says stable. See, I think the other story says he's in bad condition, but anyway, the pilot was hospitalized in unstable condition, according to CBS News report. The vertical and or short takeoff and landing aircraft, STOVL, crashed in New Mexico. Crashed in New Mexico following a refueling at Kirtland Air Force Base. Lockheed Martin said in a statement, an F-35B en route from Fort Worth, Texas to Edwards Air Force Base, California, crashed after a refueling stop at Kirtland Air Force Base, New Mexico, according to the company's statement. This was a U.S. government-owned and operated aircraft that was being flown by a government pilot who safely ejected. The aircraft was test jet equipped with technology TR-2 and was transferring to Edwards Air Force Base for additional test equipment modification. Safety is our priority, and we will follow appropriate investigation protocols. Let's see here.
Now, what's crazy about that is the aircraft was the development test aircraft being transferred from Lockheed Fort Worth to Edwards.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
It would be unfortunate, and I won't name names, but I was talking to somebody about this, and it would be unfortunate if this was one of the TR-3 test jets, which is the Tech Refresh 3, which has been the delay in getting a bunch of new F-35s delivered. It's, new computer, new, all kinds of new software on the jet. And
Right.
it would suck if it was one of those jets because, who knows if that's going to delay what's going on even more.
Oh,
Right.
Exactly. I'm just showing some video while you're talking, so just keep going.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
Yep. You can definitely tell that's an F-35.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, and even a B model like that too, because of all the paneling around that nozzle that opens up when that swivels down when it's in the stoval mode.
Right.
And you can see it's all burnt away, or maybe it, you know, got, you know, maybe it broke off too when it impacted, because there are some photos that will show that it actually was doing a short takeoff
Mm-hmm.
in stoval mode, which to me is a little interesting that they would actually do that while they were just stopping for fuel. Like,
Do you think
you know,
maybe they were showboating a little bit? I mean,
I don't know. I mean, the jet should be capable of doing that anytime. So I have
Right.
no problem, you know, or
Right,
you would think that nobody would have any problem with doing that too. But I don't know. I find it a little odd that they would do that type of mode, and unless they were kind of demonstrating it for maybe some personnel that was there that knew that they were going to stop. But
That's the first thing I wondered
interesting.
when I saw that it was a B model. I was wondering if maybe it was in that mode or the other, because you know we've all seen the video of the other one that kind of you know lost a little bit of control in this mode. But
yeah, at Fort Worth actually,
right,
on test flight. Yeah,
and
the pilot ejected from that too.
And here, oh, go ahead, Ryan.
I was just gonna say, and then I just pulled up an article from military.com, which is probably what you were gonna say, Tony. But here's what it looks like in the vertical takeoff mode. Is that what you were gonna say, Tony?
Here's an actual photo from Albuquerque of the aircraft before it crashed.
Oh, there it is. Yep.
So you can definitely tell he's in the Stovall mode.
Yep.
Yeah, he's way past the threshold of the runway, obviously, because of all the dust being kicked up, and he's in a pretty pitch up attitude. I don't know if that's normal at that, you know, being that low. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happened on this one, because so I've seen F-35B in stoval mode before up at Hill Air Force Base, VMFAT 501, the training squadron based out of Beaufort. They actually came out to Hill Air Force Base a few years ago and trained at Hill Air Force Base. And the funny thing was the base was having some of the runway worked on. And so every time those 501 jets came in, they actually came in stoval mode. So it was really cool to see, you know, all the doors open, all the panels open. And they're super loud in that mode because, you know, they're cranking out the thrust, you know, being in that mode, and you got the lift fan going. But yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Wadman saying after ejecting isn't normal for the pilot to be looked over. And yeah. And I was mentioning one of the articles I read said he wasn't fine, so that's kind of what I was talking about. But yeah, absolutely.
The last one I read said serious but stable condition. So
yeah.
Okay,
it was definitely an ejection close to the ground, so that's always more risky.
Right. Yeah. Avgeek Joe says I talked to Lockmar and it's a TR2 jet.
At least that's what they say. Where's the dun 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 music? You know,
I know. And then
you're in there.
Oh, wrong one.
Nice.
Well, that would be good for the program if it was a TR2 instead of 3. But
right. Just continuing on with the comments here. Got to tell you, Avgeek Joe, got to tell you, my heart stopped. Worried at first it could have been one of two awesome Angel Airshow pilots based out of Hill who fly the A model. Notice I said two.
He's got the love affair for both ladies now.
Back to the B, he or she is in a pretty bad off attitude. Seeing the B model fly at Miramar twice, and yes, TR2. So
here's some audio that I want to play really quick. This is of the actual pilot and an ATC. Now this is coming from the new Area 51. This is a quote. I told some of the guys down here I'd do a short takeoff.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Did the auto eject? Now this is a question now, not a quote anymore. Did the auto eject software punch the pilot of Hustler 9-1 out of the cockpit? Maybe one day we'll find out, like the Charleston, South Carolina F-35B mishap as to what really happened. There will be a thorough investigation, including interviews with the refuelers. I'm guessing there will be some kind of cover-up because Lockheed Martin has sold too many of these airframes, and this particular flight was under the operational control of the manufacturer, according to the Warzone Wire. Thank you to Bill B for digging through the live ATC archives.
Now, I don't know if there's, cover-ups and conspiracies and shit.
Right.
I mean, you got to think these jets are cutting edge, and a lot of the technology was developed for these jets. They weren't just off the shelf.
Well,
so
and these are
you're gonna
also
have shit happen, and with as many that are flying now, I mean, for God's sakes, there's A, Bs, and C models. C models are just U.S. Navy, but A and B models all over the world. I mean,
Right.
even the UK lost an F-35
right.
B, and
And
so
we've lost what, 3 within basically the last year?
the B models.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Beaufort one was a few years ago, wasn't it? That was the first B model, I think, that was lost by the U.S.
Yeah, I've got.
I remember right.
Yeah,
But anyway,
I think this is the article right here. Let's see where. Oh no, it's got to be Yearable. So let's see. So September 18th, 2023 was the one in South Carolina, and then December of 2022, the F-35B crashed on the runway at NAS Joint Reserve Base in Fort Worth. So,
dude, the Beaufort, I thought the Beaufort crash was before the one at Fort Worth. Had to have been.
But the Beaufort one, which one was that?
That was the one that crashed at right off of base there in South Carolina. That was before the Fort Worth one.
That just happened like recently, brother.
Maybe I'm thinking of another one because I know that there was one a few years ago back east.
Right here. Anyway, here's some audio from ATC that we want to play here. So let's see.
And this is from the accident just the other day.
This is from yesterday's accident.
Okay.
Here we go.
901, are you guys, would you guys like to do an under 50 climb at flight level 200, quick climb?
Well, I'd like to. I told some of the guys down here I'd do a short takeoff.
Okay.
I told some of the guys down here I'd do a short takeoff.
Okay.
That's over frequency.
Right. We figured you guys could outdo those two. Say that again. Hustler 901, runway 21, taxi via Bravo 5, join Alpha at Bravo 5, and then continue via Alpha Delta Echo, cross runway 26 at Delta for runway 21.
So anyway, so there's the audio of the pilot saying that he told the guys that he'd do a short takeoff, which I'm guessing it's totally fine that he did. It's like you said, Aaron, it's routine.
Yeah, I mean, he should be able to do that. The jet's capable of it. It's designed to do that. I think I mean, obviously, I mean, this is kind of stupid to say, but it was either pilot error or there was a mechanical malfunction.
Yeah, I mean that's all it could be, right?
Time will tell. Eventually, the investigation will come out and say what happened. And I hope it wasn't pilot error, because you hate to see, a pilot lose his career for something like that.
Right.
But at the same time, you don't want to see it mechanical either because,
exactly,
you don't want it to happen to other jets or other pilots. Right. So I don't know.
So this pilot,
it's tough.
There's conflicting stories out there that this was an actual Air Force pilot that was piloting this aircraft, which
is fine. I mean, Mach's flown the B model before.
Yeah, but he's a test airman anyway.
Yeah, he's a test aircraft.
And this was a test aircraft, exactly. Yeah. But then there's other reports saying that it was just a government contract or whatever that means. So here's one more snippet of audio. This is for the actual crash.
Albuquerque departure, Skull 24. Albuquerque departure, Skull 24. Skull 24, the F-35 just got off runway 21, crash. Albuquerque departure, Skull 24.
Interesting.
That's too bad.
Get hold of ATC.
Skull 24, the F-35 just got off runway 21, crash.
Yeah. So.
Albuquerque departure, Skull 24.
I'm going to stop that.
Yeah.
I was like, keep it going. Let me get to a few comments before I get too behind here. BH World, look at the beautiful VMX-1 jet. What model is that? 52?
Modex is at 52. I don't know, BH.
Oh, Modex.
You'd be the one to tell us, dude.
I know, right?
He probably has a model of it on his shelf somewhere.
I have Geek Joe. Just one, but I won't say a bad word about Mach. And then also saying, good find. The clip goes into my simple flying report tonight. Sweet. Glad we could help you out. Really appreciate RampCheck cutting through the beyond sanity stuff for a serious aviation journalist. Yeah. Well, you're welcome. And
little article prep here.
And I agree with Wadman on this one. If I was a betting man, I'd say mechanical error. I think so too. I just think these pilots, they're so well trained.
Yeah. Well, and when you actually either read about or hear an interview with a pilot that flew like the Harrier and then flew F-35 B model, I mean, the B model basically, the computer on board, it's almost like flying, a simulator because it's so advanced in what you do. A Harrier is totally different. Everything is pretty much manual, and you have to do everything manually with all these levers and everything. And
right.
But the B model, it's like you basically put it in that mode, and you just like kind of fly it that way. Simply. So I don't know. I mean,
by the way, here's video of that crash in Dallas Fort Worth as well. So show this to you guys, and you guys remember this.
By the way, go
ahead, Ryan.
The crash in South Carolina happened in October of 23, so a little less than a year ago.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, this was the video I was talking about.
Yeah.
When I said we've all seen.
Mm-hmm. Pilot's like, nailed it. Oh, shit.
Nope.
Ooh.
Just shows you how powerful.
That sucks, dude.
Yeah, he's like, something ain't right here.
I wonder if that was the auto eject though, because it looks like he righted the aircraft and then it ejected immediately after that. I don't know. It'd be interesting to know.
Yeah, could you imagine what it would be like ejecting out of one of those things, especially when you're not expecting it?
Yeah,
Jeez, I know, man.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, see, because you're right. Because right when he ejects, it's almost like it would have just fallen right back on its main gear, right there, and then boom.
Yep.
Yeah.
And maybe the auto eject is maybe it's like meant to trigger when there's such a high input. It's a beam. I don't know.
Dude, I don't know, because there was no altitude.
We don't know enough. We don't know enough about that system to.
By the way,
really
on Tuesday, this is coming from Martin Baker. They're the manufacturers of the ejection seat.
Mm-hmm.
On Tuesday, the 28th of May, an F-35B crashed shortly after takeoff from Kirtland Air Force Base, Albuquerque. The pilot successfully ejected using the Martin Baker U-16 Echo seat. This is the 9th life saved by the US-16E seat to date. So
they used it for a little plug, huh?
Exactly. Yeah, every time there's a Martin Baker ejection seat incident, they always post that.
They just post
it. Too soon?
BH saying if it's a Modex 52, then yes, I do have a model. Nice. Jetarazzi checking in. What's up, man? We saw the accident aircraft 170067 fly last Monday, though it was weird because an older B that was still here. All right.
Cool. It's good to see they got that back flying so quickly.
Yes, sir.
Then, if you'll recall, the eyewitness account of the crash in South Carolina.
In the bathroom taking a shave, and I heard a screeching, between a screech and a whistle. I said, what in the world is this? And I heard a boom. Then my whole house shook.
Oh, that's one of my...
Well, I'm
Oh
glad
my
he said
God.
taking a shave.
I know. I thought he was gonna say taking
Good
a
for
shit too.
I was in my bathroom taking a shit, and
I like his imitation of the sound. That's great, man.
I know that's nuts. But okay, so there's another comment that went through, Ryan. I'll go ahead and put it on screen. See, I
Okay.
knew this. I just had to do some research. This is Jet City Star. Thanks for commenting.
okay.
The first F-35 crash occurred 28 September 18. I see. That's the one that I was thinking of. I was thinking that was the very, very first one. So
Thanks,
that
Oh,
was
okay.
Jet City
that
Star,
was a
by the
while.
way. Welcome to the podcast. Thanks for
That's
watching.
right. That's right. Yeah, and that crash was attributed to faulty fuel tube. So yes, that's
Okay.
right. Thank you. And then
We believed in you, brother.
yes, he also commented on 29 September 2020, the second F-35 Marine Corps F-35B in Imperial County, California, after colliding with Marine Corps C-130. That's right.
Oh, that's right.
I forgot about that one.
Yep.
Yeah.
So thank you, Jet City.
The Marines, man. Hey, when you're taking a jet that weighs, you know, how much it does, all that technology that's put into that jet to allow it to hover, you know, a short takeoff, whatever, and go supersonic and be stealthy, that's a lot to ask for technology. So the fact that there's not more that's crashed is the news, in my opinion.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
mean,
Yeah.
you know, I was reading an interview by, you know, one of the engine manufacturer technicians, and that shaft that drives the lifting fan, I mean, they basically have to take it from, you know, 0 to 20,000 RPMs in a split second to engage that fan. Or I don't know the exact, you know, RPM and all that. I mean, again, I'm no mechanic. I don't claim to be. I don't claim to know all that. But just the technology and the engineering involved just to make that B model happen with the lifting fan and everything is extraordinary, and it's crazy. And they're gonna lose some of these jets, in my opinion, and they have. But you know, look at how many flights they've had that's been successful, though. And
Right.
they were able to make a supersonic 5th generation stealthy jet hover. That's amazing, in my opinion.
Well, anything to hover.
And the fact they have a VCR installed in it. That comes from BH World.
Yeah. God.
Oh, peaches.
Abgeek Joe says, I know at Jet City Star, he's very plugged into what's going on, does a weekly Sunday Zoom call for serious Abgeek. So that's cool.
That's
Cool.
very cool. Thanks for watching the podcast once again.
William Gilmore saying, anything man-made will break. Nothing is perfect. Shit happens. Yes, absolutely. Looks like Jet City Star giving us some more info here. Third incident, March 12th, 2021. During a night flight for close air-to-air support weapons training near Marine Corps Air Station Yuma, Arizona.
Yeah.
A round fired from the belly-mounted 25mm gun pod on a F-35B.
Yikes.
Detonated shortly after leaving the barrel of the gun. The pilot was uninjured.
That's right. I remember that. That's quite the gun pod they mount on those things, man.
Yes.
It's pretty sick.
Absolutely.
Fourth incident on a B, November 17th, brother.
It's my birthday.
That's your birthday. 2021, a Royal Air Force 17th Squadron F-35B crashed during routine operations in the Mediterranean. The pilot was safely recovered to HMS Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah, that's the one that the.
Well, let me ask the question.
There's a 25mm round.
Oh, that's small.
This was fired from an F-35A, which has the gun installed internally. The B model has the gun pod that they mount underneath. I think they can mount that on the C model too. But anyway, so there's a 20mm round. This comes off of an F-16 and F-15, and you can see they engineered the F-35 maybe to be a little bit more potent in close air support.
Yeah.
25.
A little more girth.
Yeah.
Girth.
Yeah, it's more girthy.
Oh, man. A little bit more information from Jet City Star as well. And when we get ready to read this, so let me just pose a question to everybody out there. And by the way, just, you know, before I pose the question. Everybody's an expert when it comes to aviation, especially Christopher L. Hackney on X. Breaking, an $80 million F-35 Raptor has crashed.
Oh my God.
Yeah, nice try, dude. Thanks. Anyway, but is this just growing
Wow.
pains, or are there real problems with the B model?
Dude,
I want you
they
guys'
fly,
opinion.
they
Make
fly
sure
them
you
so
comment on
much.
that
I
one.
just think,
Right?
I think the technology is good. It's just, it's not always, it's not going to be 100%. Like I said, I think it's good that there hasn't been more of the B models crash.
Well, and these things probably fly all the time too. Like
You look at the Harriers, dude. Fucking Harriers crashed all the time for decades.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Well, how many F-16s have crashed
Oh yeah. I mean, dude,
over the years? Right. I
it's
mean, how
just-
many airplanes have crashed over the years? I mean, let's go all the way back to the beginning.
Well, and something I noticed with all these crashes as well is, if I remember right, I mean, it was only like 4 or 5. All the pilots were safe, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's a big deal too, right?
Yeah, they all survived. They were all thanks to Martin Baker. Apparently,
Thanks to Martin Baker.
Daniel _90 Baccaro. Hello from Colombia, watching on Instagram Live. Just wanted to give a shout out to Daniel. Daniel, sorry.
Columbia, South Carolina, or like Columbia cocaine cartels and shit?
I don't know. I don't know. I'd say based on the handle, the name, probably down in South America, but I don't know.
Down. Oh, well, I was going to say down under. No, that's not it.
No, that's Australia, brother.
He knows the Atlas.
He does not know the Atlas.
Yeah, he definitely does not know the Atlas.
Hey, mate, let's throw another shrimp. Anyway, Jet City Star training is a factor for both piloting and maintenance. Absolutely, it is. And even when you even when you go back to the 737 Max incidents, you know, training, maintenance obviously played a huge role in both aircraft because of you know, both of those airplanes were in maintenance overnight.
Had issues. The Lion Airjet never should have.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's never been airworthy. Nope.
Exactly.
Not. So yeah, there are always several factors that go into that. So let's see, Ryan, we got a few more comments. You want to get us caught up on those?
Well, yeah, you guys had just started reading them, so I was just letting you go for it.
In there.
What's that?
I was just trying to get a couple in there. So
well, good job.
There you go.
BH Worlds, Generazzi, you sure on that Boone? No.
Bureau number. Right.
I have no idea what the hell he's talking about, but apparently Generazzi says certain of it.
It's a bureau. That's the abbreviation for the bureau number, and that's what the Navy and Marine Corps use on their jets.
Okay, gotcha. Wadman's the B is a complex machine with lots of moving parts and systems. There's a lot to be worked out with the program evolving. Yeah, and that's exactly you know, well put for what we were kind of talking about. William Gilmore says, if you don't want marine mishaps with aircraft, build it out of crayons. Military inside joke. Go Navy. Nice.
Nice.
Then BH says, Aaron, this might be a good time to post BF 58 swag. All right.
Oh my goodness.
Thanks for all the comments, guys. If we missed a few of them, sorry, but we had a lot of conversation about this, which we love. So
trying to catch up here.
He's not wrong. There you go on the Ramp Swag store. There's some BF 58 swag with the R2. We won't go into it too deeply, but I'm sure BH will be posting soon because he ordered some of that.
Oh, that's
nice.
He may have had something to do with that. So
speaking of aviation experts, I want to just show this next screen really quickly. Of course, it was Memorial Day here in the United States just a couple of days ago, and hats off and hearts go out to the families of those who made the ultimate sacrifice to protect our freedom. here in the United States. No, it's not Veterans Day like some dipshit politicians were posting about on Twitter the other day.
Gosh, they're just
thank
so
you
out
for
of
your
touch,
service.
man.
What, can they read your tweet from heaven? I guess they can. But anyway,
Maybe.
so this is coming from at girly_tattooed. The U.S. Air Force uses the call sign Angel Flight for the planes carrying our fallen heroes. The flare salute looks like angel wings. Today, we remember all of those who've been carried on angel flights and those who've been lost on the battlefield, which is a really sweet post. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what's wrong with this picture.
Oh my God, it's a freaking aisle 76, dude. God, that's the Russians.
Well, an angel flight is also used for medical aircraft carrying injured individuals. So,
hey, she tried. There's some great C-130 footage of that.
Yep. Oh yeah.
But that's I mean, I guess that could be a Ukrainian 176.
Oh yeah, which definitely makes it American, right?
Which I mean, but either way, it's not an American flight. That's definitely an Ilyushin aircraft right there.
IL-76. Yeah, at least she tried. It was a sweet.
That's right.
Keep posting, my friend. Okay. Do we have a few more comments, or do we want to?
Yeah, we've got quite a few. What the heck is a B-58? I salute Martin Baker.
Hey.
Jet City Star yesterday was awesome up here. Out JBLM outside Tacoma, Washington, had 4 India Air Force Rafales. Oh, that's cool. And IL-78 on the way to
Red Flag, Alaska. That's cool.
Avgeek Joe got to rub it in. Wish I was there. FOMO, yes, definitely FOMO. Let's see this article saying the USMC should look at moving on from the C-130 Hercules to the KC-90.
Oh, the KC-390, which is that's the Embraer tanker cargo jet that they have. It's a twin engine. It's a cool jet.
Avgeek Joe, yes, there's some dipshit. Nope, don't agree with you there, buddy.
Oh, Avgeek Joe.
Dude.
I only saw one commander-in-chief honoring our military. The other one was saying, I stood with the black man.
Yeah, we'll
and then shit his pants.
We'll get to that in a little bit here. So
yeah, but anyway, Avgeek Joe, yes, the USMC should ask about moving up to a U.S. version of the KC-390. Maybe Boeing could build them from plans made of crayons. Also, that's a 76 variant on screen.
Yeah, thank you. That was the point of the
That's right.
And then I remember on July 4th, a few years ago, the San Diego Aviation Museum had the Russian Swifts graphic celebrating the holiday.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Yeah. I mean, there's been a lot of graphic designers that even the military's hired that just don't know the damn difference between a U.S. jet and a Russian jet or a foreign jet. It's unbelievable.
That's why it's not a good idea if you're a graphic designer for the U.S. military. Don't look at the clip art.
Yeah.
A little research, get a real photograph.
Right.
Yeah. Hire an advisor or something, or go follow some good, Instagram or aviation Twitter accounts that know what they're talking about.
Yeah. You guys want to see a feel good video?
Yes, let's
do it. Okay. I like to feel good.
Let's do this. This is a post from Aviation. God, at Webflight on X. Watch how USAF pilots find out what aircraft they will fly. This is posted by ENJJPY. This is drop night. This is fun. Watch this.
This is cool.
All right, Brian. Are you ready to see what you're about to fly? Let's see it.
Dude.
That would be my reaction.
Let's see it.
Nice.
It's got to be such a rush for these guys.
Nice.
Let's go through all their training, find out what they're flying.
Ooh, look at that.
Nice.
Out of Seymour Johnson. Oh, damn.
Nice.
New Spirit.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty badass.
F-22.
The last one, I love this one. Oh wait, it's not this one. The last guy, I would be so pumped.
Oh damn! I'm surprised there's no F-35s.
Yeah,
right? Not in that round. Yeah,
not in this one. In
not
fact,
in that round.
like I'm surprised to see those guys getting stoked to fly.
Oh, stop it! F-16
Nice.
would whoop your F-35's ass in close proximity air combat every time.
Funny. Funny. So should we let's see. We kind of cleansed the palate with that one. That was kind of fun. Should we talk about the Boeing stuff going on right now again?
Yeah, we should.
Let's do real
Damn,
quick.
we're already almost an hour in.
I know, right? It's been a fun one. Let's see here. Let me pull the right tab up. Sorry, boys. All right. So this is coming from Mario Nowfall. We've put a couple of his posts up there before too. So breaking: Qatar Airways Boeing 787 turbulence. I had no idea that Boeing 787 turbulence
was a thing.
It's in the dictionary. Look at it. No, it's not.
Dear Lord. Anyway, a Qatar Airways Boeing 787 flight from Doha to Dublin encountered severe turbulence over Turkey. The incident adds growing concerns about aircraft safety just days after another Boeing jet was involved in a deadly turbulence event. You know, I'm so sick of this.
I know, dude.
God, this is not an aircraft manufacturer issue. And you know what? It's not a climate change issue either. Sorry. Do you want to talk about that, brother, or do you want to pull that up while we're
Yeah, I will. But the other thing that I wanted to mention too is I actually commented on that X post, and I said I could even bring it up on screen real quick here.
Might as well.
Yeah, it's like you said, Tony, that darn Boeing turbulence.
Right?
Yeah.
The Boeing turbulence. Yeah.
It's worse than any other.
Exactly. So if you can, it won't zoom. It'll zoom in a little bit. Let's see. Okay, there we go. So my reply to this says, headline should read, another durable Boeing aircraft doesn't disintegrate in severe turbulence, saving all on board.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's hilarious, dude.
That's, you know, these clickbait, you know, so-called journalists. I mean, they just, I don't know. Sometimes
they're headline grabbers.
Just
like
exactly
headlines.
And
Boeing's in the news, so you got to keep showing it, right?
Exactly. And then here's a post from again, this is Aviation at Webflight. American Airlines 737-800 pushed away from its gate at DFW Airport during severe Boeing weather Tuesday. Oh wait, no, there wasn't a Boeing. But that's kind of like what we're expecting. Check out this video, guys. This is nuts.
I've seen aircraft do this, but just smaller.
Scroll down a little bit. Scroll down a little bit, brother.
Over here. I meant to put it on the screen. There we go.
That's some crazy ass wind, dude.
Right out of the chocks.
Wow.
I mean, first off, severe weather. What's the first thing as line guys? What are we supposed to do with the aircraft?
Triple chalk the aircraft.
Okay, triple chalk the aircraft. Now,
maybe the wind just blew right in, and they didn't
but I
have
don't
enough
see
time.
it jumping chocks anywhere. And do you see?
Well, it definitely doesn't have nose chocks.
It doesn't have nose gear. That to me looks like the right main is chalked and nothing else is.
Exactly.
Oh, maybe the right main.
Yeah.
It's pivoting that way. Yeah, that makes sense. So definitely not triple chalked. So either that was a procedural oversight, or the rampers just got lazy.
Well, we had a Citation 10 do this during the winter ski season out at Salt Lake International. We would stagger the aircraft because we had so many. And we had a Citation 10, just one of the mains chalked and windstorm, and it blew into the other aircraft. And that started the policy of any aircraft that is staggered, regardless of weather, just triple chalk it. Yep. So
good idea.
Because winds can do that.
Yep. All right. And now while we're on the subject of Boeing, here's another Let's see here. Here's another Boeing aircraft. This one is departing out of O'Hare, and the engine catches fire just before takeoff. Check this out. Oh, wait, that's not a Boeing. That's an Airbus. What?
And it's classic Airbus hydraulics. Too,
yeah, I know.
That sounds like an old Datsun trying to start.
Yep. So engine catches fire. Now, this guy, whoever posted this was Flight 60 Aero, left engine, International Aero Engine. So he mentions the engine manufacturer. Good job. Of United Airlines Airbus A320. Now, if this was a Boeing aircraft, could you imagine what the headline would be?
Yeah, just said.
Anyway,
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
man.
Anyway, so you know what, everybody, just give up your hard on for Boeing because it's not justified. It really isn't. Every aircraft manufacturer has issues. Now, does Boeing have issues? We've discussed this before. Yeah, there's some issues, and whatever. Yeah. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, we can. So, speaking of AvGeek Joe, and he's mentioned Simple Flying, and I actually like Simple Flying a lot. I actually got into it with some of their followers on Instagram over this issue with turbulence, and whether it's Boeing or whether it's Airbus, and then climate change and all this stuff. And so I'll go ahead and read this. Let me pull this up. Okay, so this is on Simple Flying News, which I love Simple Flying News. We read them all the time. We actually refer to them a lot in articles. But so Turkish Airlines flight attendant hits cabin ceiling and breaks spine after severe turbulence rocks Airbus A321.
Wait, that happened in an Airbus? That was Airbus turbulence?
I know. Can you believe it? Must have been Boeing turbulence.
Hell.
But anyway, so it just proves right there, severe turbulence, it does not discriminate on what type of aircraft you're in. Okay. Exactly. But, Simple Flying, they're doing their job, listing the different, items of the story and a little bit. But it was item number 3 that just kind of annoyed me because I think it's complete bullshit. And anybody listening to us and have been following the podcast for years knows that we're definitely man-made climate change. I just don't get it. Now, we've always advocated, should we damage the planet and do everything we can to make it bad? No, that's not what we're saying. But anyway, I'll go ahead and continue. Experts suggest rising temperatures from climate change are possibly the reason behind a rise in severe turbulence.
Dear Lord.
Anyway, that kind of perturbed me. So I said, climate change BS. Any expert pushing that has lost all credibility. And Simple Flying actually replied respectfully, do you have any sources that have researched this? If you do, please send them to our editorial team. We are always open to opposing views. So good for them for not being dicks and not, because I tell you what, there's a lot of people that were replying just absolutely just being pricks. But anyway, it's kind of funny. So this one comes from naming the mystery. RampCheck Global losing all credibility by looking into all publicity or publicly available data and deducing that the climate is in fact changing. Okay. Guess 90% of all scientists have lost all credibility, coming from Slow Brood 85. And then James Norimoto, whatever. And your expertise hails from, this is always a classic, Facebook Community College. So if you're not down with the climate change agenda, then you're just a fucking dipshit, apparently, to a lot of these people.
Yeah.
Hey, I believe in climate change. It's going to be different tomorrow than it is today. It'll be different.
And then the 8th_YI The data shows as clear as day, but sure, RampCheck will believe you instead. Stop embarrassing Americans living life vicariously. Marco Cabellos, whatever. Facebook conspiracy college, you mean? Anyway, so I replied to Simple Flying News. Just follow the money. It's a scam. All the control the population. It's a scam. All to control the population, just like COVID. If the climate crisis were real, the big banks wouldn't be lending money to wealthy business jet and beachfront property owners, developers, and resorts all over the world. It's actually very simple. I meant to say to decode, but it auto-corrected to decide. Do we think we shouldn't take care of the planet? Absolutely we should, but not through ridiculous government controls over the population. And then I was just replying to some of these people, just typical liberal condescending prick, LOL. And it's just because it fires them up and it's really funny.
It is.
Yeah.
So
but anyway,
I just put a link in the chat.
That
is CERES -science.com. CERC is the Center for Environmental Research and Earth Sciences. Just you know what? If you're not opposed to
just look into it.
Something that maybe might not agree with your personal views, but maybe broaden your what am I trying to say? Your mind a little bit and maybe help you see maybe an alternative view. Check it out. There's some very, very good information from Dr. Soon.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
this Dr. Soon as well, who's part of this, did an interview with. And for those of you who you know who you are, you don't like Tucker Carlson. Oh well, he does a great interview with Tucker Carlson. You guys need to read it. And I just want to remind you guys that wow, Joe Rogan was your hero until he took fucking ivermectin.
Yeah.
I know. I don't know. I mean, I look at these kind of issues and as dividing issues, and they don't need to be.
We should be able to just talk about this just openly, and debate shit without everybody hating on each other.
You gave an opinion, and Simple Flying was great in their response, but everyone else has got to come in and demean you for it, and it's just like I guess what I don't understand is I'm very I'm very, very skeptical about all of it. And when you have a politician about every 5 years and some of these leading scientists in the field say things like back in the mid 80s that Florida is going to be completely underwater. Yeah. You had, I think John Kerry, it was in like 1998 saying that like parts of Hawaii and California are going to be underwater. And literally there has been no change in that.
Yeah.
And they don't have any responses when people have approached them as to why. And then it's like, oh, well, the data this and the data that. Like, no, I just don't think so. I'm not going to throw shit away. I'm not going to do things that are bad for the planet, but I'm also not going to be pushed into an agenda without pure
to control everybody's lives. And if you look at the scientists that pushed the climate issue, and I know it's controversial for a lot of people, probably even for some people watching, which we respect you for listening and watching, and you can certainly say what you want to say through the chat. But if you look at who funds the climate activist scientists, it's pretty obvious, and it's usually government funded. It's usually funded by big, corporations that have, liberal leadership that like to control the population and like to control people.
They're the same people who funded the science during COVID.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's just it's tough to swallow because I don't know. There's lots of other smart scientists too that are like, kind of that's where our opinions come from.
It's like, so
we don't want to destroy the planet. We need to do, everything we can to conserve energy, to not pollute the oceans, not, whale all the whales, kill all the whales out of the ocean and kill sharks and all that. We want all that, but not under this government control and the bullshit that they create.
Follow the money
to have the control. Yep. It's all about the money. It's all about making people pay more for everything to try.
Mhm.
I mean, there's places in Europe, for Christ's sake, that are like, oh, we need to figure out a way to get people to not have air conditioning. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? How
And then
stupid is that?
Restaurant.
And the farmers that are under attack now because they say they're creating too much like cows that are fucking farting all the time. Like, come on, really? That's
Dude.
I don't know. Anyway,
yeah.
But
So,
anyway,
yeah.
enough of that.
There is somebody that does disagree with you strongly, Aaron.
And that's oh, that's right.
We got to catch up on some comments quick, and then we got to try to move on. Thanks, you guys, for kind words about my simple flying team. Well, absolutely. Yeah, we're not.
We have our opinions, but we're not assholes.
No, we're not. We're not about that. Wadman, gentlemen, 31 days, and BH says, "Yeah, let's have the Hill Air Show countdown." I'm with Wadman. But you get a little bored of the climate change.
Wadman and BH World are bored. Sorry, sorry, fellas.
Have Geek Joe, Beyond Sanity, gents. Well, that's why it's our show. We can talk about things we want.
Exactly.
Aaron,
podcast.
I can assure you, this is coming from Avgeek Joe. There are many who are trying free market sustainability options to address climate change, like sustainable aviation fuel.
Yep.
But the far left thinks sustainable aviation fuel is not enough. I hope it's obvious where I stand. Also, climate change is real. Well,
okay. Well, that's
for
fine.
you.
And
Yep.
see, you can believe that, and you can follow the science that you want, and that's fine. But I think I have some science that I can kind of counter what you're saying, and how the Earth's climate is actually pretty stable, and if there are fluctuations, it's nothing we're causing. It's from the sun, it's from the climate. But hey, we can disagree. Just like I know you hate Trump, but that's okay.
Yep. Because we love that motherfucker.
we don't fucking hate you for not liking Trump.
No.
Like
as Dennis Quaid said yesterday, maybe an asshole, but he's my asshole. And then Avgeek Joe, I know Ryan, the far left hurts good cause with their politics. Credibility matters, and you're right, Joe. I mean, listen, it really does matter, especially to someone like me. Because when you have like your climate czar, whoever he was, John Kerry, preaching to everyone about not driving and flying, and then he gets on his jet and creates more of that emission than anybody. When you have someone like Buttigieg,
oh my God,
he was filmed driving to like the White House gate, and then he gets his bike out of his car, and then they do this whole show of him riding his bike to the front door. Like, you're right, credibility does matter, and maybe someday I'll feel differently about climate change when there's more credibility in it for me. But good on you, Joe, for having your.
California's supposed to be underwater already, and and
there's parts of it that'd probably be good for the country if it was underwater.
And I agree, climate change is real. I mean, the climate changes in like March and then August and November.
So what happens is the Earth is tilted at an angle as it orbits, and so when one part of the Earth is facing away from the sun during the orbit, there's something that's called a season. And what happens is the season changes from either hot or cold to cold to hot.
Oh my
God! Now, anyway.
We're condescending pricks. I know.
Okay, last
one more thing I want to say about climate change, and then
we want to move on.
I've been trying to get this off my.
I'm already bored of talking about it.
Get it. Go ahead, brother. Get it over with.
Why is it that global warming was rebranded to climate change? I'm just going to let that hang out there.
Yeah, it's because it never warmed to what it was going to be.
Oh, really? Okay, never mind. Sorry.
Okay, this is the best comment. Yep, here we go. The Earth is flat. Thank you, Matt the Man, for coming in in the nick of time with the save. I'll just say these last. Appreciate your common sense approach, Aaron. Hope you share with your local airport commission. Those commissions like Oakland get hit by the far anti-aviation left. Yeah, I mean,
Oakland.
I just don't believe in it, and I'm not an activist. It just is what it is. But BH World, follow up. I just found that article you showed, the VMX-1 jet in the photo was Modex 52. OMG, yay, amaze. BH, give an opinion on climate change, you wuss.
Should I do a BF-52 hat now with just some flames emoji on it?
Yeah.
Right.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
All right.
anyway, yeah.
Well, let's move on. Otherwise, yeah.
Yeah, we gotta cleanse the palate, really.
But it is okay, you guys. We love to have these kind of conversations.
We can debate and believe different things, and we can still all be friends.
Well, I can. I hope no one else feels differently, but I can. Yeah. So, good little discussion there, or whatever.
Absolutely. Okay, so we'll see. Did you guys happen to catch this video? We call this glider practice in Sydney, Australia. This is posted on.
Okay. Sorry, can I hurry and just read BH's comment? I'm sorry. Yeah. The climate change is down here most evenings when the sun starts going down. And then Avgeek Joe, as he likes to sum things up, which I love how Avgeek Joe sums things up with aviation lingo. Roger, we work the target over like a flock of A-10s.
That's
amen,
true.
brother. All right, Tony. True. Sorry, go ahead.
All right, glider practice over Sydney. Check this out, man. About skill. Look how close he is to the houses.
Damn,
barely making it. He's got the right glide slope with that engine out.
There's no gear down either, is there?
No, I'm sure to save from drag, dude.
Yeah.
Is that
hitting a building?
Is that a P210?
No, I think it's just a. Well, to be honest, I don't know.
Look at that. Kudos to that guy.
It must be a P210. That's what it looks like.
It looked like a 210 to me.
Retractable gear.
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Damn, that dog's like, what the fuck just happened?
Right.
Good for that pilot,
dude. What?
Man. He flew the airplane.
Oh, you want me to play that again? Oh shit! I just closed it.
That's all right. It was crazy that shadow, how close it got to the top of that hangar.
Yeah, it did.
Like
at the very end.
That like saved his life. If he would have clipped the top of that hangar, they probably would have died.
Well, that's probably another reason why he didn't put the gear down until the very end, because he knew he was probably going to clip something.
Well, he didn't put it down at all. It wasn't down. Nope.
No, he didn't put.
I'm
sure he didn't do it just for drag.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Crazy.
The props that put the skid marks in the taxiway there. So, and then this is
coming. Them.
Yeah, true. Well, it would have been a different color.
Generazzi says, "Holy fuck, yes."
Wasn't that one of the pilots from the 777 and SFO?
Oh yeah. We too low. Anyway.
Holy fuck, yeah, wow.
Yeah.
That was crazy. Good job, pilot.
Check out this takeoff. And this was from this is an Azul EMB 195 from Sao Paulo Airport in Brazil. Yeah, talk about, skid marks. Check this out. There's no audio on this.
So there's not, which is okay. So another EMB, and it's Azul. That's another
that means blue,
airline, right?
That means blue in Spanish.
That was from Ghostbusters.
Where'd it go?
Check this out. Look how close to the end of the runway he is.
Oh my god.
Oh Jesus.
Dude.
Damn, they had to build a little platform to extend that runway.
That's like the Russians, man. We pay for runway, we use whole runway.
Where is this?
This is in Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Oh damn.
Dude.
I had no idea that runway was like that.
Really, he was way too far down the runway to abort, because he would have defeated the stop.
Yeah, he was committed.
Yep, this could have been a weight and balance issue, thrust settings issue. Again.
Do you think they were like V1 rotate and they were like, holy shit, guys?
They're like, well, we have to.
I know.
I mean, yeah, we're committed. We're taking off. So
damn.
Exactly.
Huh.
Some crazy stuff out there on the interwebs. I'm telling you.
The interwebs. Anyway. All right. Well, gosh, we're already. We're almost an hour and a half into this.
Yep.
Wow. Holy fuck.
Yes. Hey, one more real quick story. This is the SpaceX one. Ryan, you want to take this, or Aaron? Who does?
I don't have the link to it because it's on Twitter.
You have it up, Aaron?
No, you can do it. I've been messing around with everything else on Twitter. If you have it up.
Yep. Well, that's yeah.
That's what she said.
Anyway,
not
yeah,
not that.
I know. Oh, shit, wrong one.
Exactly. No, this is awesome though, dude. Because if this launch goes as planned,
oh man,
they're gonna try to land that fucking booster, dude, with the chopsticks on Flight 5, which is just
that
nuts.
is gonna be insane.
Wow.
Yeah. So SpaceX
God, that thing's so cool looking.
at Starship Flight 4 launch date and details improvements. Okay, first off, the launch date.
Can you zoom in, please?
Oh man, you want
Here we go.
Where am I? Oh man.
Zoom in on this.
Okay, let's see. Where's the other?
We all need soundboards.
I know.
really do.
We do. I should get one.
Yes, this thing is awesome. Anyway, so from SpaceX, this is Starship 4 or Flight 4 launch June 5th. Dude, that's coming up. That's like that's Sunday.
Next week, yeah.
Yeah, that's this coming Sunday for Starship's 4th test flight as the company zeroes in on controlling vehicle descent for recovery, a critical step towards the reusability that's required for the cadence of flight predicted by officials. The 4th test flight turns our focus from achieving orbit to demonstrating the ability to return and reuse Starship and Super Heavy SpaceX probe. Closing out Flight 3. Starship's 3rd test on March 14th. Gosh, was it that long ago already?
Yeah.
Demonstrated significant improvements over previous tests. Key flight accomplishments include opening and closing the Starship's payload door, a propellant transfer demo, and Starship reentry. It ultimately led to the booster's demise 462 meters over the Gulf and Starship's reentry kaboom 49 minutes into the flight. Anyway, just 2 of the 13 landing engines managed to relight its controlled water landing attempt.
Interesting.
This is their first attempt at this.
Yeah.
SpaceX blamed the engine out issues primarily on liquid oxygen filter blockage. To address the problem, the company bolstered Flight 4 hardware. Starship's 2nd stage, Starship experienced a twisty-turny atmospheric reentry. Say that 5 times fast.
Twisty-turny atmospheric reentry. You know what they... okay, sorry, I gotta say it. Okay. This is how they should have worded it. Twisty-turny atmospheric returny. Right? Okay, anyway.
Well, what do they call it? A rapid
rapid
disassembly.
Yeah, rapid
is what they call an explosion.
Yes. With the ship seeing much larger than anticipated heating on both protected and unprotected areas, SpaceX said that clogged valves caused an issue with attitude control, prompting the company to include additional roll control thrusters for Flight 4. Having launched Starship's IFT-3 just 2 months ago, a planned June 5th Flight 4 date would continue the programs, including improving launch cadence trends. So that's pretty awesome. That's going to be.
I can't wait. It's June 5th, right? Early morning. Yep. At least for us here in Mountain Time Zone. Even earlier in California.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
And I want to show this video just to get us all excited for it. This is a great video that SpaceX just put out. Check this out.
It's the wet dress rehearsal, they call it.
Pull 4, Flight 3, Starship. Levi 2.
Go.
Stage 1.
Go.
Stage 2.
Go.
Flight directors, build and push.
That's not. That was Flight 3? Yeah.
Yes.
Largest man-made machine to ever fly.
Insane.
Yeah, that's amazing, dude. That thing's almost 400 feet tall.
It's all, again, it just looks
Like,
so many
go.
things look AI. Yeah,
So,
I guess
dude,
that too.
a 747-8 is 250 feet long, and that thing is 400 feet tall.
Damn. Wow.
Man, that hot staging is sick.
It's amazing.
And it's the only successful large rocket to hot stage successfully.
And when
The Russians tried to do it with their old moon rocket, but that rocket just kept exploding, so they stopped development of it.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, I love following SpaceX.
Yeah, pretty exciting.
There's some really good channels on YouTube to follow that just focus exclusively, like, on space.
Oh yeah, what's his name that's going to get to go up with them?
It's Everyday Astronaut Tim Dodd.
Yeah,
he's gonna go up in a Starship when that Dear Moon project. There's Everyday Astronaut. There's What About It? It's a good channel. Marcus House is a good channel. NSF is a good channel for following SpaceX and space. I know. Yeah, dude. Awesome.
Sweet. June 5th, right?
June 5th, Sunday, June 5th. There's not I haven't seen a time yet, but we'll.
I think it's around 0800 Central Time. I think.
So that's
what it's
5 or 6 for us.
So that's 7 for us, 6.
Oh, 7. Yeah, 1 hour down.
AM.
Okay. That's 0600, not 1800.
0800.
Hey guys, don't forget it's a live show every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, right here on YouTube, X, Rumble, Instagram Stories, and also Facebook. And speaking of Instagram stories, or Instagram Live, sorry. Obviously, I was thinking Instagram story.
Well, before we get to it, Avi Joe says, I recorded something special for the accounts we follow. All right.
Well, I hope we come across it.
Tee it up.
All right. So we start out with F-35 demo team, and then there's mock. Hell yeah! Look at that American flag along the front.
That's cool.
Yeah,
beauty.
Weber State. That's here in Utah locally. Sean Hampton Art. Look at that.
Nice.
There's F-35 there. Little. I wonder if that's actual Romanian prototype. Okay, cool. There you go. Training for the bull run.
Nice. Be careful, Sean.
Oh my gosh, these ads are just nuts.
Horrible.
Anyway, cool. All right, Cessna. That looks like a P210.
Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Let's see. More ads. Okay, absolutely the most cursed airplane spotter in history. There's nothing going on.
Nice. Yeah,
Who is that? Oh, sorry. Well, hopefully you'll get some aircraft there for you. Let's see. The struggle is real, but so is God. Oh, there you go. That's my daughter. She's very spiritual.
Oh,
okay, cool. Kyle Ruby. So he just got back from Alaska. He was up there at Albuquerque Air Force Base doing a bunch of helmets up there. And I asked him, "Are you going to do fast?" And he's like, unfortunately, fast isn't there right now. So
damn.
He must be deployed or something. TDY.
Awesome work as usual. That looks cool.
That's right. Well, since I got the fucking flu, may as well watch the Dollar Trilogy. There you go. That's right. Get wetter. Get wetter. Get wet.
Yikes.
Get better.
Get better, Chris.
Get better, Chris. That's get metal.
Get wet.
There you go.
Nice.
That's cool. They got the YF-17 shadow on, kind of like acting like a shadow, because those two competed for what the F-16 won.
Yeah,
it's the original Northrop YF-17. So that's cool. Combat aviationist, the pilot's in the hospital, expected to recover. ferrying a new F-35 from Lockheed Martin. Oh, that sucks that it was new.
I know.
Off, headed for Edwards. Crash shortly after takeoff.
Now,
All right, well,
is it
combat
confirmed that
aviation
it was new?
Well, I don't know.
The first that because I just assumed that it was new because it was coming from Dallas, but I mean, I don't know. Anyway,
I don't know. It'll be interesting to
Yep.
see what when your wife asks you to go in the other room and stop annoying her.
Okay.
Boy. You got to play it over.
Hold on.
That is the sole purpose for which I was born.
People are so funny, dude.
That was great.
Okay, Jacob Remmel photos. There you go. Nice
wow.
Hornet.
Dang.
That's
Cool paint scheme.
Literally nothing happening. My anxiety. Hold on.
A glass case of emotion.
Okay.
Grab the children.
Oh man, those are good.
There's audio. Let's see here. A lot of heavies out there today. Ooh, nice. Somebody's
Nellis.
out there at Nellis. Nice. Growler. What else we got here?
Go in the street, fella.
I know. Be careful.
Yep.
Oh,
Looking for a
F-35 flex. F-22 flex.
Hopefully. Yep. Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
It's like my first video of the day usually.
Right. We get 100 of those for one good flex.
Another growler. Oh, there's.
Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah.
C-17. F-35.
Yeah.
PC-12. I forget what the Air Force
Right.
designation for PC-12 is. I'm sure somebody in the chat knows. Duchess Air. Cool. She does awesome shoes. Oh, wow. Damn. That's
Okay.
cool. Propaganda right there.
Should
Anyway,
we talk about that, guys?
okay,
No.
so Golden
away from
Knight.
that one.
Let's see. Viper Girl, Ambitious Ops.
Amphibious.
Oh, amphibious. There you go.
Nice.
Ambitious.
There you go. Cool. All right. I'm looking for Joe's post. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, Joe, where's your post, dude?
We got Jetarazzi coming up.
There you go. Ooh, nice 777 300 ER right by the
Nice
ops.
pick.
That's
right. You okay? No, the F-35s are grounded again.
So true.
That's very true. What do we got here?
I can hear something.
I can hear something too.
There it is.
Sounds like a raptor. Oh, no.
Not the Viper. Gotta love
Beauty.
it.
Yeah.
Beauty, eh? Oh, nice.
Nice.
And that's an interesting photo. After
Bert.
I don't know. I don't want it burting out that end.
I know, right?
Let's see. So,
yikes!
It's picked out a cool. Now that's a nice lens. 180 to 600.
Oh yeah.
Nikon.
Now do the sound, Tony, for the camera lens.
Right.
Here's Jillian art. That's a good one.
Nice.
Good one. Yeah. Painting ships there.
Battleship.
Let's see. All right. So we're not finding Joe. So what I'll do is we'll go through a couple more here. Utah Rudder Raider. Nice. There you go.
Nice.
135.
Bring her back.
155. Oh, look at that.
There's another countdown.
Oh, yes. Can't wait.
Every day. Speaking of everyday astronaut. Let's see here. 313 Squadron. We saw them at Red Flag 24-2.
Mm-hmm.
We got a couple patches, some good photos.
Oh,
there's one of those Indian Air Force. There's the IL-76.
Yep.
I do think the IL-76 is a cool looking,
oh yeah,
legacy aircraft for sure.
Oh,
That's a C-130. Oh wait, that's not.
Page
Boise spotter, nice. On this day in 2020, got an Atlas there. All right. Okay, so I'm not finding Joe, so we got to look up Joe. Okay, I'm gonna look it up. So we're gonna deviate from this. Did you not put the music on the background this time, brother? Because I don't hear it.
It just ended. Squirrel.
Oh,
no. Turn it up a little bit. There we go.
Okay, so here we go. We're gonna play his story. Oh, I got to turn.
For all my fellow aviation enthusiasts, this summer it's really important that you leave your drone at home. If you happen to lose control of your drone, you could get pulled into an aircraft and cause a tragedy.
There was actually,
we recently had a very close call with a Eurofighter and a drone, and yes, I know it's a Super Hornet behind me. And I hope you read this.
So yes, we get the point on that one. The drone, keep them away from airports.
All right, my folks. Let me tell you something.
I think the FAA rule is 5 miles from an airport, you're not supposed to fly a drone.
Right.
Anyway, okay, here we go. Hell yeah. Oh, dang, we missed it. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. We can't play that music, but anyway. Cool. Well, hey, thanks, Joe. We appreciate it. And Tony, that's the end of that segment, which is Instagram stories from accounts we follow.
Nice.
Cool. Well, there we go.
Hey, we got a few more chats to get through really quick before we say goodnight. Ryan, you want to scroll through those for us?
Sure, I would love to.
Yeah, and Kyle Ruby actually was watching on Instagram Live, and he says, got my countdown for Hill's air show going too. So he's that's funny.
And speaking of Kyle Ruby, Kyle was also up in Oregon. Nice. Lockmark, I'm guessing that means confirmed. It was a new jet for testing. Okay, yep.
Okay.
Jetarazzi, Fort Worth, 170067. First flight was November 2023. Okay. BH saying something about Tony, just said it's coming from Dallas. Guess he's never been to White Settlement.
The hell?
I don't know. I don't know where he's getting that from.
Don't know what that means. Avwriter Joe, and I tagged you. Okay, yeah, we saw it. Thanks, man. No music, great. The settlement of White. What the hell are these guys talking about?
I don't know. They got some chat going on here. I don't know.
Local police chief is a fellow photographer too. Oh, that's cool. And then Tony be roller skating at the Silver Spur rink.
What the fuck, dude? What is going on here?
And last comment from Joe. Yes, that sounds about right. Also, I quoted Bayo, the airshow hero, in that story. Also, thank you for helping me help my Alaska FA friends. You got it. Only Jetarazzi gets the joke, BH says. All right. Well, thanks for putting your jokes on our podcast.
Fill us in next time we see you. All right.
Glad we can help you guys out.
Well, thanks again for watching. We ran a little long tonight. We apologize, but hope you were entertained nonetheless. Countdown to, is it Warriors over the Wasatch again? Is that what they're calling it?
Okay. Yep. June 29th and 30th. It's free to the public, so...
Hill Air Force Base, Ogden, Utah. And we look forward to seeing you guys there. All right. Until next week.
Bring water balloons just in case there's Safe Skies Utah picket line at the entrance.
Oh, my God. Wouldn't that be awesome?
I hope there is.
That would be so funny. All right. Okay. I'm Tony. See ya.
I'm Aaron.
I'm Ryan. Good day.